David DeGuzman in the NBC4 Digital Center, here to talk all things basketball because it is March. The madness is upon us. Let's start with the Ohio State men as we bring in Whitney Harding and Joe Nugent. Guys, the men are just on this roll right now that, we didn't predict would happen a few weeks ago. Now, was it 5-1, 6-1 now after the win in the Big Ten tournament's second round? And they're just clicking on all cylinders, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fun to watch, and definitely surprising. I think you go back to mid-February and we're like, well, this isn't possible. Like, they're not going to make the NCAA tournament. But here we are, playing Illinois tonight, and with a win, they probably put themselves into that conversation.
I think with a win, they are securely on the bubble where I could see it going either way. And if they somehow were to get to Sunday, I think there's a above 50% chance they get in. Yeah. Because at this point, once you hit tonight, all of the wins the rest of the way would be quote unquote quad one wins. I don't know what quad one is to this day. I just know these would be quad one wins.
And I think the other element to the game against Illinois tonight, beyond the resume, is being able to show the committee that, hey, the last time we played Illinois, we had a different head coach and we weren't good. We play them tonight, the new Buckeyes, and we beat them. You can definitely make the case that, hey, we're a totally different team. You can't necessarily look at everything in January the same way you look at us today.
It's like looking at teams with injury issues, right? Whether they have injuries earlier in the season and they overcome it and they get everybody healthy at the end, or the negative aspect of a team was clicking and then suddenly they have a big injury. The committee takes that stuff. They may not say they do. They take that into consideration. Yeah,
Jake Diebler talked about on Monday when asked if this is a team worthy of being in the conversation of the NCAA tournament. He said absolutely, and that was before the Big Ten tournament even started. But what is it about this team, guys? Because I'm looking at the games lately, obviously when Jake Diebler took over as head coach. It seems like they have this depth that, where was this depth for like the first two months of Big Ten play? And they also seem to have this confidence that they have in themselves.
Well, winning breeds confidence. That's definitely been part of the picture.
And I think Jake's personality is part of this as well. He's talked about it, right? He's a passionate guy. He played with passion when he was at Valpo. He played with passion when he was in high school. And I think you're seeing just a fresh start in a sense with the team. And they put the past behind them. And I think that's a big reason why you're seeing everybody sort of maximize what they are. The way you see when a team's at home, you see that more at home versus on the road. But I think you're seeing it in all games in this situation because of the change that's happened at the top.
I had a viewer reach out to me yesterday, and the question they asked me was Chris Holtmann the problem? And I said, I don't know if problem is the right word, but it was clear they needed a change. I still think Chris Holtmann's a good coach. I think DePaul made a great move in bringing him in because that is a historic program and he's going to bring life into that. The Buckeyes needed life into their program. And that is what this change was about, because you can be a good coach, but for some reason that communication, that message is not getting through. And that's what this was. They needed that energy from Diebler. They needed that change of maybe perspective, wording, voice. I mean, who knows what it was? And clearly now these young guys are clicking, like David mentioned, the depth. I mean, in the game against Iowa, 37 bench points. And the cool part about that, 22 were from the freshmen. That is amazing.
Well, that's going to be a team we're going to be keeping a close eye on throughout the weekend if they can beat Illinois tonight. Of course, we have to talk about the Ohio State women.
Yes.
They've been off for what feels like forever. They've had all this momentum, but then they've lost the last two games. What do you guys think is going on through their minds right now as they're through this kind of week off period before Selection Sunday?
I'm not concerned at all about this basketball team.
No.
I think the fact that they're going to be able to open up the tournament at home against a team that they will be a heavy favorite against will help them sort out what they need to sort out. Now, I also think that's happening in practice, by the way, over this week.
Oh, you know it is.
But once you do it on the court, of course, that is the next step. So I think they'll be absolutely fine. They had two bad games.
I think they had two bad games. I think that, and we talked about this in the sports office. I think I've mentioned it to some people who have asked me in passing. I don't want to make an excuse. The double bye, it can be a positive. It can hurt you as well because you're suddenly getting a team that's already played a game. They're in that tournament momentum. And if you have a slow start, it can be hard to catch up. And I think that's just kind of what happened with this team in the Big Ten tournament. We've seen plenty of teams that don't do well in their conference tournament, and they're fine once they get into the big show, because let's face it, that's what you're preparing for. And so, yeah, I think that they're going to have this week off. They're going to get things regrouped, get ready. They'll be home. And then what's interesting about the women's tournament is your seeding isn't as important as it used to be, because there's no geographic benefit to having a higher seed. So they may not get that 1 seed like we thought they would a few weeks ago. I don't really think it's going to matter, because once you get through the first weekend, you're going to Portland or you're going to Albany.
That's very true. But they will be home, probably, most likely, like 99% chance that they'll be home. I mean, something crazy has to happen, but we'll have to wait and see until the brackets actually officially come out. We're going to talk more about the Ohio State women throughout the weekend here on NBC4IA.com. But for now, that's Whitney Harding and Joe Nugent. I'm David DeGuzman. Thanks for joining us.